Nestled about 38 miles south of the Cancun airport stand a collection of 4 resorts, all ending with the moniker Mayakoba. In early March 2024, my family and I stayed at Andaz Mayakoba, which is a Hyatt property. We liked it so much that we'll return in 2025, but plan to use points. Did I just give up this review's conclusion? Quite possibly. We have a young child who enjoyed access to the beach, a dip in the pool, the fantastic breakfast buffet, observing all the flora and fauna, plus riding in the bike trailer we rented for the week. Other resorts at Mayakoba include Fairmont, Banyan Tree, and Rosewood. Each spot has their own distinctive feel. Note that all these resorts are split in two, with a beachfront area and a Mayakoba Lagoon area. Knowing that each resort on this property has a separate beach area is key before booking. If you don't like traveling back and forth on a shuttled golf cart or via freely available bicycle, this isn't the spot for you. We stayed in room 1821, Lagoon side, closer to the check-in spot and breakfast buffet. Our room was spacious, clean, and bright. The same can be said for the bathroom. Our family of 3 had no issues moving around and sharing the space during our week at Andaz Mayakoba. The internet speeds were serviceable, and we had no issues streaming a movie via the Google Chromecast option offered in our room. That bathroom, the shower has a rain head and wall-mounted removable wand. I love that it's got glass out to the deck. There's so much light in there. The bathroom has an actual door, and the toilet zone has a floor-to-ceiling glass number. And check out that long credenza. Is that the right word? Probably not. Counter. That's it. There's a lot of space to put your stuff. No complaints. The bed was great, and I could support my head with a variety of pillows. I slept well, especially when using the ceiling fan. I appreciated the spare decorating style and enjoyed the pops of color, especially combined with that gorgeous blue sky. The balcony is quite spacious, and the view of the lagoon and associated wildlife proved quite relaxing. But can one of my viewers help me? When you travel to spots like this, how do you dry your bathing suits? Inevitably, we hang them on the balcony, but there has to be a better way, right? Please comment below with your bathing suit drying approach. I'm not packing more than 2 suits for any vacation ever. Belt drive priority bikes abound, and we never had a problem finding one for a quick pedal to the buffet or a longer 7 to 10 minute pedal to the beach. But don't quote me on the timing. I never pulled out a stopwatch. This was a vacation after all. Do note that we rented a bike trailer for the youngest in our party, and that came with a lock. There are kids' bikes available for those who know how to pedal, brake, and deal with small inclines, notably the bridges that traverse the lagoon. We opted to skip the resort's all-inclusive dining option and felt doing so was a plus for us. We tried meals at the Andaz restaurants and took advantage of the reciprocal access at the other Mayakoba dining establishments. It's that ability which made this a standout resort in my eyes. We could move around enough to not feel trapped, despite not being within walking distance of a town or city. Well, there is a small fake town, El Pueblito. It's a little weird, like some sort of miniature theme park replica, but hey, who doesn't love a sweet shop or arcade? I wish I'd been able to dine at the Mexican restaurant there, but the timing wasn't in our favor, despite my WhatsApp communication with resort staff. Did I mention the cenote on the property? It's not available for swimming like many spots in the region, but a cool 20-minute visit to check out its clear waters and bats seems almost required. Our room had a book about the exploration of the cenotes on the property, a very thick book, almost as indulgent as this review. Upon reflection, we wish we'd taken advantage of the on-property kids club. Each resort at Mayakoba has one. Next time, Kimbo, we are coming for you. We've got to talk about the sargassum in this part of the world. It's a very known issue. The resorts here employ a large barrier to keep it at bay. That barrier means you have to make a trade-off when it comes to photos of that great-looking blue water. I'll take it, though, as we were able to swim without seaweed stifling our movements. The sand on the beach is kept in great condition, and the sandside food and drink service hit the spot. I found the umbrellas and chairs to be spaced a little too closely to one another, but I didn't pay to visit a private island. Honestly, we never made time to visit the Lagoon side pool adjacent to Cocina Milagro. Our splash and float hours were spent at the pool next to that gorgeous Riviera Maya water. Again, chairs and umbrellas spaced too closely to one another, but that's a pretty minor complaint. I mean, they have a bird of prey to scare away our pesky avian friends who kept trying to steal my kids' French fries. This pool has a few different zones, including a very shallow end for small children. I'm not sure where to start with dining. Here's a quick rundown of the spots we visited. Forgive the lack of food photos, it's just not my thing. Overall, I'm comfortable saying the food was good, not great. Again, we're at a resort, not a hotel in a foodie city. At Andaz, we visited Cocina Milagro for breakfast every day, and we took advantage of the buffet here, making sure it was part of the hotel package we purchased. From fresh fruit to American-style favorites, very average pastries, and a made-to-order quesadilla station, there's nothing that made me reticent to return each morning, except maybe a semi-morbid fear of finding out what daily lunch special might be featured. Tinta del Pulpo. You've got to have a breakfast, lunch, dinner spot out by the pool near the beach, and this one served the purpose nobly. Vegan bar. With no kids, I would have been inclined to have a shaded afternoon drink here. No question about that. Sotavento. I'll be honest, I don't think I like dining with my toes in the sand. Just a little too on the water for me. The meal was very good and the sunset was great, and clearly the reason to dine here, but those sea breezes cool off a hot dish too quickly. Casa Amate. The bread was good. The quick bite to start our meal was great. The primary course did not disappoint. I can see why this restaurant gets rave reviews. The space is quite lovely, and if you're at Andaz Mayakoba for an event, I hope your hosts have made sure to put this spot on the list of places to dine. From the upscale but intimate bar zone to the outdoor patios with exquisite views, I found myself drawn to the vibe here. Honestly, if you have a wedding or a big party at this spot, will you please invite me? At Fairmont, we checked out Bassano, much better than I was expecting. Chicken parm for me, a gigantic bowl of ice cream for the youngster. I mean, what's not to love? Hicks. If I vacationed at Fairmont Mayakoba and was meeting up with others for a night of going out to Playa del Carmen, this would be a great space to have a drink and wait for our transportation. At Banyan Tree, La Copa Bar. Honestly, my alcohol preferences don't run toward complex cocktails. They had ice, they served something from the bourbon family. I love the sun and quite possibly those orange pillows. Saffron. As much as I don't like in-sand dining, I do like lagoon-adjacent dining. We had a great table at the end of a little wooden structure and got to watch boats come and go to Banyan Tree all night. The food is nothing to write home about, but good enough to enjoy again on another visit. It's the setting of this spot that will keep you wanting to share social media post after social media post. At Rosewood, Zapote, we stopped in for a drink and what my child called the best orange juice they'd ever had. The design of this space and the lobby entrance had me enthralled. Circles and spirals, all so reminiscent of the cenotes in the region. I gave in and had a cocktail. I do not regret the decision. I need to get back here and sample a bit of the food beyond the hummus that we had. We signed up for an afternoon lagoon tour, and I was reminded that a golf course is laced throughout the property, and that some of the bungalows, well, they sure look nice. And the approach to the main banyan tree building was a true highlight for me. We biked the nature trail a couple of times. The shade situation is fantastic. There are a couple of scenic viewpoints. This is a super relaxing way to get from one resort property to another. I can't think of a better way to burn a few calories after a large brunch. I've got to mention, at almost all the restaurants, there was a stand to place my bag. Absolutely love that. I hope I see it again whenever I go out. Andaz's gym is nicely appointed. I hear the spa on the property is good, but not as nice as the one at Banyan Tree. The hotel staff across the property and during our stay was exceedingly friendly, and I cannot wait until we return. Like and subscribe, please.